This is Malaya. Let me be your guide now.
Hello everyone, today I have great pleasure to speak with Vanessa Russell. She is the founder and owner of Global Luxury Travel. Hi Vanessa, it's great pleasure to have you in our community.
Wonderful. Thank you, Edvard, for having me. I appreciate that.
So Vanessa, share a little bit more about your story and how you become founder and owner of this great company.
My story actually begins before I knew it would. Growing up in Germany as a small child, I did a lot of traveling. I was blessed to be able to see a lot of different countries and really take on appreciation for that. And it just continuously has always been in my spirit to travel. I lived in Germany from 4 years old to 20. So that's a long span of being able to go and visit other cultures and find a really great respect for that. And as, like I said, time just metastasized, I was able to get into the travel world and really express and do something that I truly knew about and loved.
When did you decide to start your own business? How was that journey for you?
I lived in Germany, and like I said, I've been to many countries, and since then I've traveled around the world several different times recently in the last couple of years. And for me, I think it just really gave me an appreciation for cultures. So I was at home thinking, I was working for some other travel companies, just doing cruises and some basic things. And I thought, why wouldn't I had done $1 million in a year. I'm going to a little bit about myself. I'd never sold travel at all, but because I knew about travel, I was really good at it. And so I decided, why not do this for myself? And my mom thought, well, yeah, why don't you look into it, see what it takes? And I said, well, it's probably going to be really hard to get leads and things of that sort. So then I researched and found a source that would help me get leads. And I established an affiliation with a company and a brand, American Express. And in doing so, it did allow me to then start my own business, get licensing, insured, build my name, build my website, and then just build my brand after that. So I also hit gold and did this huge luxury cruise. It was $100,000 cruise. And I saw what kind of pay that could make. And I decided, you know what? Everyone wanted to put me in a box, in a niche, and only sell one country. But I love the world, so why would I do that? And after selling that major cruise around the world, I thought, why not sell the world, but just be really good at it? Not every single city or, on the planet, but as many great destinations as possible. So what I did, I started my travels, curating and going and meeting hoteliers, transportation companies, dining at really nice restaurants, and just really getting together a logistical composition of what I could offer my clients. And then also really finding unique experiences. Like in Vietnam, I have a contact that would allow you to go and have dinner with the first Vietnamese vet who shot down the first plane in the war, or go eat somewhere where Obama and Anthony Bourdain had lunch. So these are the little mini attributes that I add that are really unique to my business. And because I have literally been there, done that, I can curate something to my clients that it's not just something I read about, but it's actually something I've experienced. So that's one of the things that really sets Global Luxury Travel apart from our competitors, is that we have that unique and true experience that we can offer.
That's amazing. That's how you leverage your experience. As you said, usually in the travel industry, people have their niche and they are selling one market, one destination. But in your case, you leverage the fact that you travel all around the world. So how was that journey in terms of finding the right partners for each of your destination? So you know all of them in person, or how that works even right now when so many limitations we have for travel. But I understand that some luxury travel is still going on, and people are very hungry to visit some countries where they can go without too many administration.
Well, one of the amazing things, my company has been blessed to be hosted by many of the countries that I have visited to go to travel markets. And in these travel markets, we're meeting hundreds of different vendors. And of course, there's always going to be a few that really stand out and that you really get a great relationship with, and some extend additional invitations for you to really go with their company and see exactly what the country is about. And I have a lot of relationships with destination management companies in Tanzania, in Uganda, in Australia, in Germany, Singapore. So I have these really great relationships where I've been fortunate enough to really connect, because you always build a connection. You may see hundreds, but there's always going to be a few that you really connect with. And I've been fortunate enough to have had that, so that when I do book travel in another country, I know exactly what's really going on in Uganda. It's not anything that the media has told me. I have my person on the ground. If I'm speaking to, I've been really privileged to work with the Tourism Board of Australia. I'm actually a specialist, an Aussie specialist. So I know exactly what's going on in Australia. I work with one of the top destination management companies in all of Australia. Um, so I've been fortunate enough to have relationships where I really know what's going on. I've just recently come back from my third trip to Mexico. I've been hosted by some fabulous resorts, places that celebrities have even visited. And I've been able to get feet on the ground to see what's really going on, what's the true numbers, considering and concerning COVID-19. What are the protocols? What are the procedures? How are the safety measures? And I didn't just go in the touristic areas. This last trip, I hired a driver and we went out into real Mexico, to the authentic aspects and parts of Mexico, to also see if they too are adhering to those measures. And I found a consistency throughout my July travel, to my September, October travel, to my most recent December, January travel. So throughout the pandemic, I've really been able to get real insight and real information. No propaganda. It's what I've seen and experienced. I have my own footage so that I can share this with clients. And because of that, I've recently now added the ultimate social distancing collection as part of my brand. So I can offer you the ability to travel on your terms, meaning you're going to be in a smaller, more boutique luxe type experience where you don't have to worry about, and you can choose if you want to wear a mask because you're not with the masses. You're at a luxury boutique of 27 rooms or 30 rooms, on private beaches, open air. You don't have a lot of transient coming in and out. So the sanitization is more accurate. And these are just some of the things, again, that just add to my brand that I can share with, those that are looking to travel during this pandemic.
And Vanessa, I'm quite sure that many people who are watching this video and in our community, they are super, super curious how the tourism is going to look like after this pandemic and even during the pandemic. So what is your insight how people can travel even right now in 2021 and upcoming years? What is the best approach to have that vacation, or that they feel safe and at the same time have that experience? Because tourism is all about experience of meeting different culture, different people, as you said. So what is the new trend and how people can have, how people can organize themselves in order to have a good experience again?
Well, and Edward, to be honest with you, in my particular situation, a lot won't change as far as how I do travel because I've always curated my travel private. So my
Yeah.
transportation has always been private. My tours have always been private. So you'll still be able to have that sense of comfortability that you're not in a massive amount of groups. But what I would recommend and what I will be implementing with my clients is, one, to go ahead and get the PCR or antigen testing before you leave country. That way, you've already built a sense of security and you know that you started off negative. And of course, throughout the process, I also have partnered with a product that I have recommended in a packaging that I put together for my clients to also just reassure their sustainability of sanitization throughout their travel. And again, having that relationship in other countries that are going to give me their reassurance through their protocols, their procedures. I'm going to know who to deal with and where to go, what hotels are certified, because countries now have certifications, like in Mexico. Not every hotel has the required certification. So you should not be just going to any hotel. I've spoken with general managers at hotels who have given me the information on how they're going to test so that you can re-enter the US without any problem. If, God forbid, you did come up positive, what and how they're going to go about treating you, housing you, what that cost factor looks like. And one that's most important is insurance. All of my clients will leave on their trip with the cancel for any reason type of insurance to include a repatriation of $500,000 as well as any medevac or any hospitalization. So these are key factors that can be implemented in travel to make sure that you are taken care of all around the board should you unfortunately come in contact with COVID-19. Of course, our mission is to make sure that you do not, but I have put in place these measures to make sure that, my clients are in a tracking mode to where we can reassure that this doesn't lead to anything in a negative way. That's what we're doing. And I think that's
Absolutely.
how travel's going to look in the future.
Yeah, I think that's a trend, and as you mentioned, like it will be even more personalized offer than ever before for tourism. That's a trend which I believe is not going to change. And for all people who are willing to travel this year and who have opportunity to work with you, what is the best way to find information about destinations you have in your offer? Is that your website? They can contact you directly. So share a little bit more about how some people who are interested to see your offer can work with you.
Yes, you can definitely go to my website, www.globalluxtravel.com. There you will see information. And again, we do discuss our new ultimate social distancing collection where you can speak with someone directly that can give you the exact insight on what those properties look like. You can also see and understand the ideology of how we go about customizing our projects and our itineraries. All the information is there. I'm also on Facebook as well, Global Luxury Travel there. I'm also on Instagram, LinkedIn, Global Luxury Travel LLC on those as well. I have a toll-free number for those who are maybe out of the country because I do book clients all over the world, not just US. I have a toll-free number, which is 866-558-1003, or you can reach me directly at 813-917-4122. WhatsApp, I'm on everything. So if someone's interested, you can also email me, Vanessa at globalluxtravel.com. We do respond within 24 hours, taking in consideration what country you may be contacting us from. We just ask that you give us that courtesy, but we do respond. I'm pretty much 24/7. So.
Thank you, Vanessa, for sharing. And in terms of the attractive destination in 2021, can you share a little bit more, some insight, like maybe top 5 destination for this year from your experience and demand?
I definitely can. And I'm glad you asked that question because 2021 has a new number one. And it's not Mexico. For the last decade almost, Mexico has been the number one destination in the world that people visit. And the new number one who's knocked Mexico out of the place is the Maldives, believe it or not. Families and, couples alike, girls trips, guys trips, that's where everyone's headed in 2021 is going to be Maldives. And I would attribute that to one, because you do have a major social distancing, being that there's many islands you can visit, as well as your over the water bungalows. And I would say 99% of activities are all done outdoors and water sports. So that is the number one destination people are headed. Number 2 is definitely, of course, Mexico. And when Europe opens back up, everyone is definitely going to Italy to see the Sistine Chapel, that dream that they never thought would maybe happen, as well as France, because everyone now is definitely going to the Eiffel Tower or the Louvre, because, they didn't get to see that and they thought maybe my dream of that happening may have been taken away. And there's been a couple of things on Netflix that have kind of really peaked. I've been watching a lot of travel things on Netflix that have really been successful in piquing people's interest in travel. So I think those are going to be our top destinations. And Africa, I'm not sure if many know, but it's actually already open. So many are going to Africa right now. We have about 16 states that are actually opened in Africa. A lot of people may not be aware: Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, Ghana. There's a couple of, like I said, a lot of places that are still open. And that's where people are going to be headed. And, everyone's dying to go to Australia, my favorite place. Soon as it opens back up, because, they've been able to really combat this COVID-19 with strong forces and done it really, really well. I have contacts. I just spoke with someone today who called me this morning about what's going on and how great things are. No mask, just living life freely. And Western Australia has actually been in the clear for over 6 or 7 months. So
Yeah.
hopefully we'll take a page out of their book and be able to get over there soon as well.
Wow, Vanessa, thank you so much. This is all great news for all of us who like travel, and we are so happy and grateful to have you in our community, because now we have an expert with the insights how to travel safe in 2021. Vanessa, thank you so much. For all of you guys who like to travel, please check out Vanessa website. She can take care about you and your family to travel safe. Thank you, Vanessa.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, and be safe.